What up guys, Johnny here with another setup video. This time I'm gonna be talking about my elemental druid. My last video, I tried to do one video for this character already, but it went to like 32 minutes or some shit like that. So let me kind of try to make it much shorter than that. It has to be like 15 to 20 minutes maximum, because otherwise it's super large file, and I don't want to be uploading that huge of a file. It's gonna take forever. So pretty much let me start off very quickly, and I'm gonna go through all the setups. Hopefully I'm not gonna miss anything. So right, Enigma of Duress. Enigma of Duress is very important on all the other setups, that on all the other characters for the most part, except from the energy shield sorcerers that I have. All the other characters use normal Enigma. In this situation, however, Enigma of Duress is by far the best option that you can get, because it gives 20 hit recovery, and in addition, I mean, just as a bonus, it also gives 45 cold resist and then 15 all resist. So that's very good. If you can get your hands on an Enigma of Duress, then by all means do that, because in combination with a pelt that gives that has a base of 10 hit recovery, and then you put a shell rune in it, that's another 30 hit recovery. And then when you put when you use spirit, which is obviously the the only shield that you would use as an elemental druid, either spirit of Phoenix or just normal spirit. So all in all, just those three items give you 105 hit recovery. So you reach the 99 hit recovery breakpoint extremely easy with this setup, and it also allows you to have one extra, one empty slot where on your helmet, where you can just put 38 life gem. Which is the most valuable gem that you can, most valuable thing that you can actually put in a helmet. So because of the pure life, the druid only, just remember that druid only benefits the most from just pure life, not vitality. So like, don't try to save points of strength or something like that to put all in vitality so that you can get the most amount of life or something like that. The most amount of life that you can get on your druid is through items that give just pure life. That's why it's much better to use this type of Enigma over a normal Enigma, because the 5% life increase from a normal Enigma doesn't affect the life of the druid that much. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Then excuse me. Moving on to the amulet, life and all resist amulet with 20 faster cast rate. So to reach the 163 faster cast rate breakpoint, you will need at least 18 faster cast rate on your amulet. That's as a default. So look for 18 faster cast rate amulets with life and strength for life and all resist, or life and mana, pretty much. But bear in mind that if you go with life and strength, then you wouldn't need you wouldn't need strength from your rings, for example, too much. So one of your rings will need strength, the other wouldn't need strength. But the best part about using an amulet without strength is that you can use strength rings, crafted strength rings, because crafted strength rings give the most amount of life compared to just rare rings. So rare rings can only have, at most have 40 life. So with a crafted ring, you always have at least 10 to 15 more life on each ring, which I've already tested that, but let me show you just a second. So pretty much, as you can see, I have 8,456 life right now. If I take off just 20 life, imagine that I have the same rings with, but just with 40 life each. So I'm losing 20 life. So as I take that, you can see that I lose 56, 60, 76, 77 life. I mean 76 life. So yeah, 76, Is it 76? Oh, my map sucks, Jesus Christ. So like 19 and then 56, 66, 76, yeah, 75. So 75 life loss from losing 20 life. Imagine if you have perfect crafted rings with 60 life. 60 is perfect on a crafted ring. So 60 here and 60 there. So pretty much you would have 40 more life. So all in all, that would be around 150 life loss just from those two little statistics. Like when you lose 40 life from those two, that's 140 life altogether for the most part, which is, you know, over some, you know, over time, depending on your gear and everything, over time it actually, you know, builds up to a significant amount of life loss if you don't go for the, you know, for the life item. So literally, if I didn't have like a 40 life base belt, if I had like a 20 life base build and then, you know, I have rare rings and this and that, like if I'm losing 20 life here, 20 life there, all in all, like if I'm losing 100 life, you can imagine when you lose just for 20 life, you lose 75 life, then you know, over five times that, then that's like 300, 400 life altogether you lose just purely from, you know, here and there having small amounts of life drops, which all in all it doesn't matter too much, but I mean it's good to try and maximize your character whichever way you can. So if you're lacking on gear, just focus on life, for example. Not to mention that those rings that I have are not really that expensive to begin with. I mean, look at them, they have like 15 strength and then 18 strength and just quite good life and quite good life here, but and resist, but all in all they are better rings. Like something like this but with like 20 something strength would cost you something around, I don't know, 1k for gold, something like that in GSP, and this would cost you quite a bit less. So like this would probably cost something like, I don't know, 600-700 for gold. So all in all, I'm not talking about these items that I use are not really the top items. It's a very decent character, but trust me, there are people that have much better gear than me, and the difference is not that huge. It's just that, you know, some of them have slightly better statistics altogether, and you could have like 200-300 more life on your character than mine, for example, if you're like with the absolute best gear. So right, boots. Going with Aldur boots. Aldur boots are by far the best boots that you can have. I mean, as I said again, 52 life. Your life is absolutely crucial on druids. So none of that crafted boots with, you know, with 20 life or you know, some pre-patch boots. Fuck this shit. Why would you use pre-patch boots? I mean, I don't know. If you use pre-patch boots, look what is happening. You use a pre-patch boots, like I forgot the even forgot the name. Alright, use pre-patch boots with 20 faster hit recovery. What are you gaining from this shit, okay? Like what are you gaining? You're gaining like another gem socket with 38 life, whereas here you get 50 life. Okay, you're gaining 20 hit recovery, you're losing on faster unwalk, and you're losing on life at the same time. To not gain, like everything that you're supposedly gaining, you're actually gaining much less altogether when you use Aldur boots at the end. So pretty much nothing. I don't agree with anything else than Aldur boots for the most part. For the majority of the, you know, the serious setups, obviously you're gonna use either HOTS versus you know, 95 energy shield, fire sorceress or something like that, or you're gonna use sandstorm boots in the damage reduction setup or something like that. But for the trapper setup and for the general vitality setup, only Aldur boots will do. If you use anything else, just think about your setup and realize that Aldur boots for the most part are better than anything else. Arachnid mesh, you know, standard, just to reach the 163 faster cast rate breakpoint. Mage Fist, because of the 25 mana regeneration, you don't really need anything else. I mean, I don't know, 25% mana regeneration is not even useful at all on itself as well, but you can't really get anything else. I mean, you can get like what, trunk gloves that give you 30 cold resist. 30 cold resist is not that useful on its own either, so it doesn't really matter. You can use either. So yeah, Spirit of Phoenix and or normal Phoenix, this is just the standard, and then Suicide Branch just to reach the 163 faster cast rate breakpoint with you know, a lot of life base, which is very, very important for the character, and then 1 to all skill. So pretty much, yeah, I mean, that's the main setup. That's the Vitality setup versus Necromancers versus Hammerdins. So you still retain like 85 faster on walk, which is more than enough to, like, when you get jumped by a hammer, like in a situation where you jump a Hammerdin and they smite you, you know, 85 faster on walk and full strength bug, it's still enough for you to just weapon switch and just CT teleport away from them. So you know, to try and escape. So all in all, you don't need much more than that in the Vitality setup, because you don't really need to escape too much versus Necromancer. I mean, you're just gonna port around and stuff like that, and try to stomp them and then back out and recast too if they're, you know, a good Necromancer. So pretty much, yeah, I mean, for the Vitality setup, not too much faster on walk required. Let's go to the Trapper setup real quick. So Trapper setup, I'm changing my circlet, I'm changing trunk, I mean Thunder God belt, and I'm putting a faster hit recovery small charm because I'm lacking, and I'm putting the normal spirit just for the resist, because as you can see as you can see, just to give an explanation why I'm not using Spirit of Phoenix, is because I only have 1 Spirit of Phoenix. Okay, if I had 2 of them, then I could use a setup just with the Spirit of Phoenix, with 2 Spirit of Phoenix, but there's no use of using Spirit of Phoenix if you don't have 2 of them because of the weapon switch. You need to have the same type of a spirit on both sides so that you retain the statistics that you you know, that you use normally, so on the main side. So that's pretty much the main reason, and I already had a Thunder God setup, so I don't really mind using the Thunder God setup. So pretty much that's all I'm changing, just the Thunder God. I'm putting normal spirit, and then I'm using this helmet that gives 20 faster run walk, 52 life, and then 39 fire resist. So all in all, in a hell game, I got these are my resists. When you take off 35 light resist, I still have the 85 light resist, so I'm very good on the stacks, on the stack resists for my light resist. And then even if I take the 50 resists off from the Aldur boots, I still have enough fire resist stack on my offside, so everything is good. So, and right now I'm reaching let me go in town. I'm getting another the sound over my like the monsters, you know, the monster sounds over my talking. So pretty much 40 faster on walk, and then another 45 here, 85, and then another 20, 105 faster on walk is very much I mean, you don't really need much more versus a trapper to escape and you know, do, you know, shenanigans and stuff within the matchup. So pretty much this is the trapper setup, and versus javelins or javelin Amazon or any other lightning character. Right, let me show you the durability setup. So the durability setup involves sandstorm boots. Let me put my strength. Oh yeah, by the way, I'm using a strength amulet as all the other characters. I'm using a strength amulet to pick up my gear because, as you can see, let me take off the sound boot just for this setup. Let's say, actually, it's not. Give me a second. It's not the best way to, you know, to analyze this because. Right. Let me first show you the durability setup, and then I'll talk a bit more about why I'm how I'm strain bugging this way, and what is really like why having this amulet is pretty much allowing me to barely reach enough strength to wear the Enigma, and when I take it off, because the Enigma gives strength itself, you don't really need, you know, to worry about the strength that you normally invisibly don't have, supposedly. So right now, normal Enigma for the durability setup, because of the, you know, damage reduction 8%, and then Crown of Ages with Bear to have 31 damage reduction. So all in all 39 damage reduction, and again I don't really need, as you can see, I can actually take off this hit recovery small charm, because again I have you know, the Enigma of Duress that gives 20 hit recovery on my previous setup, on my other setups, is now replaced by the Sandstorm, so I get 20 hit recovery from there. And because normally on my pelt I have 30 hit recovery, or I have 20 from here, on my pelt I have 30 hit recovery, then Crown of Ages also gives 30, so all in all I have 105 hit recovery. So again, I don't need to worry about the hit recovery from my, like, to add some hit recovery from my small charm. So that's pretty much the maximum, you know, the maximum amount of life I can get at the moment on this character with the damage reduction setup. I'm kinda lacking on faster run walk, and I don't have cannot be frozen, but for the most part you can literally just CT away from danger if you need to. You know, in certain situation, if you get caught, you just weapon switch and then CT away. Try to dodge them. So pretty much, I don't think you really need to have cannot be frozen or much faster and walk in this setup. But you know, some people might disagree. But that's pretty much my damage reduction setup. All I need to change from Enigma of Duress to normal Enigma, I'm changing to Crown of Ages, and then I'm putting Sandstorm Boot for the hit recovery and the strength that they give. So as you can see, right, with the Sandstorm, everything is perfectly calculated to reach 175 strength, so that I need 174 for the Crown of Ages. That's pretty much it. And I don't even think I've put any strength on my character, because I'm using the strength amulet to get my gear. Let me quickly check. Let me put my normal setup, normal vitality setup. Right. Right, as you can see, to pick up my gear, imagine that I don't have Enigma. When I take off Enigma, with the 30 strength amulet, I get 118 strength. Imagine that, you know, I don't have the strength amulet. That means that I'm getting not 118, I'm getting 98, 88, yeah, 88 strength. So I got 88 strength. Let's take off from 88, then another 18, that's 70, and that's 60, that's 55, 55, 45, 35, and then 15. So all in all, and pretty much the 15 is the base strength for the druid. So all in all, I actually haven't put a single point in strength. Now that I recalculated it, I haven't put a single point in strength, and I'm able to wear all my gear and everything, and I'm full strength bugged at the moment. You can only see my pelt because it's low strength required, and the suicide branch. If I use the other pelt, if I use this pelt for example, that gives 95 strength requirements, right now you can only see my suicide branch. So yeah, this belt is you know, this is just for you know, just to brag a little. You know, it's nothing to do. That's why I have those two belts, because both of them are legit belts, and pretty much this one is very, very, very old. I bought it from a friend of mine that has had it for super long time. Before that, I bought it many years ago from him because he stopped playing the game, and it's one of those items that are very rare in my opinion. I haven't seen in GSP, even when I used to use GSP super often, I haven't seen a belt except from one, like from Alex. Shoutouts to Alex, my, you know, the guild master in our guild in GSP. he actually has a better pelt than me. Like I mean a blue pelt. It's very rare to get a pelt that is a blue color and it has over 30 life. My one has exactly 30 life, and I thought that you can't even get more than 30 life on a pelt and it could still remain with blue color. I thought that 30 is the absolute maximum that you can get without getting red color on your pelt. So pretty much that's what I thought until I saw Alex's pelt, which is a Goan pelt, you know, the goat pelt, and it has, I think, 33 or something like that, 33 life, and it also has 10 hit recovery base and 3 to tornado and everything else. But and I think it also has 1 volcano as well, like my one. So pretty much almost identical belts we have, even though my one is sun skin and his one is goat skin, and his one has just slightly more life than mine. And you know, I didn't, except from his one and this one, I have never seen other blue belt with such good stats and, you know, hit recovery base and a lot of life and 3 tornado, 2 druid, 2 skills. So pretty much I'm showing you this belt just because it's like a for me personally, this is a very sentimental item from quite a long time ago, and it's a very rare item to find. So yeah, that's pretty much it. And one last thing, just before I stop the video, let me remind you, because I tried to do it in the I showed it in the previous video as well, but let me tell you that, you know, there used to be this poisonous necromancer that used to beat a lot of druids in public games, and he had like very expensive very expensive gear, and he was very mobile and could still do a lot of damage. So all in all, if you're playing with basic gear, basic you know, normal vitality setup versus his poisonous necromancer, if you get 2 hit, I mean, if you're not 100% careful when you're attacking him and you get hit by poison nova 1 or 2 times, you will die for the most part. So having said that, I tried to make one setup that could literally tank him forever and you know, be able to kill him all the time, because he was getting annoying and you know, he was thinking that you know, he could kill every single druid without worrying, and you know, he was starting to brag. So I pretty much made this setup just literally to kill him for the most part, because other necromancers, poisonous necromancers, you don't even need it for them, but because he had mobility and everything. So that's that, and that was long time ago. Let me tell you, that was a few years ago, but I still have this setup going on. So, right, I'm using Sandstorm just for the maximum strength, for the maximum poison resist, and I'm using those 4 small chunks with poison resist in combination with this ring that gives 30 poison resist. So, when I put all that, and then I put a circlet with, you know, let's say I'm gonna put this, right? So when you put this circlet, I don't even need the strength from this, to be honest. But anyways, I'm putting this amulet. This is the crucial part, actually. So like once I put all this poison resist and I have the sandstorm, I have 75 poison resist after the low resist curse that he has on, that he will put on me. So pretty much I'll have 75 poison resist even when he puts the curse on me. And on top of that, I'm using this amulet with 10 faster run walk, 65 life, and most importantly, poison length reduced by 75%. So even if he somehow miraculously hits me, if I'm super careful, and you know, because as you know, if you like, even though wolves can't tank for shit, if you just you know, teleport around and you happen to drop in a poison nova, mostly because the wolves always stack up on each other, maybe 2 or 3 will die for the most part, and you won't get hit yourself. So as long as you keep 5 wolves at all times, It's super rare to even get hit by Poison Nova. I mean, unless he like spams Poison Novas, you know, and then as you chase him, he starts weapon switching, spamming Poison Nova, weapon switching, spamming Poison Nova. Then he can actually hit you, and that's how he normally would kill, you know, elemental druids that don't have too much poison resist. But when I have 75 after his curse and then 75% poison length reduced, let me tell you, he needs so many hits to kill me that eventually I catch him one time and he's dead. So pretty much, you know, even when he plays the best, I still tank way too much, and it's just because normally you actually versus his kind of gameplay, normally you don't really even have a chance too much. I mean, weapon switch, and all he needed to do for the most part is just hit you 2 times with Poison Nova and then you will die. So this is the main reason why I made this setup, so that I can beat him very consecutively. And also, by the way, you know, coincidentally, this setup works extremely well versus rabies druids. Because a lot of them, you know, those idiots, I barely, you know, not idiots, okay, because somebody that's watching might be a huge fan of rabies druids, but I don't know, they're super brain dead characters, and for the most part, you know, I never even fight against those guys, but with this type of setup, I actually do fight them just to see their reaction when they rabies me and they expect me to die, you know, within the next few seconds, and I tank so much. Like literally, they have to hit me so many times to actually do any damage to me. And I kill them, you know, just I jump on them and they expect that, oh my god, I'm gonna poison this guy and he's gonna die super quickly, and I just poison and I just tank them and hit them and kill them. So eventually what ends up happening, they start playing me, those poison druids start playing me with pure physical damage, because they realize that with this setup that they can't actually win at all. Like this 75% poison length reduced is extremely powerful in type of setup. So right, I've finished. I think I've talked about everything. I think I've over talked again, but anyways, thanks for watching, and you know, I have a few more characters to make videos of, and just stay tuned for that, and you know, have a good evening everyone. Take care.